right, I'm here to continue with our vocabulary. So I read through them really quick, and I realized that when I did condensation, it should be, so you're just going to add a word. The cooling of water vapor, okay? The cooling of water vapor in the atmosphere changing to liquid. So you're just going to add the word water vapor, because it's not necessarily water at that point. It's kind of like the water vapor. Okay, so evaporation. So we're on evaporation. So it is going to be the process that occurs when, so the process that occurs when water changes from a liquid to vapor caused by heat. So in our regular world example, it's going to be the sun. So the process that occurs when water changes from a liquid to vapor caused by heat. Remember that you can pause this and keep writing, which I think most of you are going to have to do. Okay. So here we are. We've got something like the ocean. So I'm drawing my picture, O-C-E-A-N. We've got the ocean. We've got the water vapor. So I've got my sunshine. I've got my water vapor. Water vapor. Okay. So here I've got my ocean. I've got my water vapor coming up from the ocean because the sun is heating it and it's going and forming a cloud. So this is evaporation. So the water is evaporating based on the sun heating it. All right, transpiration. I remember, pause. The passage of water vapor from a plant to the atmosphere. Okay, again, the passage of water vapor from a plant to the atmosphere. Pause if you need to. And here we can draw a picture of a plant of your choice, and the drops of water flying into the sky. So I'm going to draw a flower. Interesting looking flower I got there. And then we've got drops of water going up into the sky. Not an artist. Runoff. Okay. Rainfall that is not absorbed. So rainfall, or it could be snowfall, that is not absorbed. A-B-S-O-R-B-E-D, that is not absorbed by soil and travels to a water source. A water source can be anything from the ocean to the lake to a river, any water source. Okay, rainfall that is not absorbed by soil and travels to a body of water or a water source, I wrote. Okay, and for my picture, I'm going to draw some mountains because it's usually something like a mountain that is not necessarily able to hold the water because it's not a flat surface. So it's typically going to go down and it's going to run off into a water source. So here I've got some runoff. So here's my mountains. I've got my runoff water, and I've got my river and my lake that are attached. So it's running off into those bodies of water. And that is your vocabulary. So we've got our science vocabulary for the water cycle. Pause, fill in the rest that you need, finish your pictures, whatever it is that you need to do. And when you are done with all of that, again, anything that I'm doing that is it requires you to do writing, please make sure that you are having your parents take a picture of it and sending it to me so that I can make sure that you did it and that you did it well. So go ahead and have them take a picture or send what's it called? Scan it in. The next thing that you're going to need is this paper. My printer is starting to lose ink. Where it says simple water cycle in a bag experiment. Okay. So for today, battery's dying. For today, all that you are going to need from this is to just take a look at your list of items that you are going to need. So a Ziploc plastic bag. Where I got these directions, they said that they used a 2-gallon bag. A 2-gallon bag is monstrous. You definitely do not need to use a 2-gallon bag. I've done this experiment before with my students, and we use these just little like sandwich bags. The experiment's going to work whether you use a sandwich bag or you use a 2-gallon bag. Just make sure that it's see-through. This is all I had in my house. I tried really hard when I was coming up with an experiment to come up with something that you all have in your houses, since I know we're all stuck in our houses right now, or most of us are choosing to stay stuck in our houses, and I didn't want you to have to go and purchase anything. So this experiment takes very few materials, and most of them you have in your house. So this is the type of bag that I have right now. This white part is probably not the best, so I would say if you do have something similar to mine, you're going to want to use the opposite side, not the one that has the white part, but the other plastic side. Just note for later. But any bag, if it's clear, is better. So I guess that's what I'm trying to say, because I'd like you to have your materials collected for next week, since we're going to be putting these together next week. So a Ziploc plastic bag, color markers. You're going to need Sharpies, because you need to write on the bag. So make sure that it can be a black Sharpie is perfectly fine. If you have colors and you want to be creative, feel free. But you by no means need more than just a Sharpie. If you do not have a Sharpie, you can use a pen. It just will be a little bit harder to see, but whatever you have, that works. But I'm sure most of you have a Sharpie of some sort. Water. Food coloring is totally optional. If you do have food coloring, blue is going to be the best, because we are going to be making water. I've not really seen orange water or yellow water, but those colors work as well. But blue is probably preferable if you choose to use a food coloring. And packing tape. So packing tape can be any kind of tape. Basically, you're going to be taping this to a window or a sliding glass door or something that sees the sun. So just something strong enough, even I don't know, this tape, this kind of tape, Scotch tape, could work if you use enough of it. So just any kind of tape, but the stronger the better, like duct tape or anything like that would work as well. It just might leave a mark on the door. So blue tape, blue painter's tape, that's probably what I'll end up using, because I'll do this with you guys. So just make sure you have those ingredients, those materials, those materials available for the experiment for next week. So